Hey friends, here are a few things to keep in mind this week and a couple of practices that I'd like for you to lean into in conversation with your child. So there's an old saying in the Ignatian tradition that goes something like this: you cannot give away what you do not have. Now, St. Ignatius instructed his members of the Society of Jesus to first get filled up before they went out onto their mission. In fact, Ignatius would keep his new members in spiritual exercises for up to 2 years before sending them out into the world. And as parents, we notoriously have a tendency to run on empty. Oftentimes, in our effort to love our children, we become so busy in the activities that we think will make them feel loved, only to realize that the stress of it all can take its toll on our emotional life. Your greatest impact on your child will be in the way in which you love them. And if they learn from you that it's okay to run yourself ragged in service of others, then they too will do the same one day. I mean, look at Jesus. Jesus was constantly pulling away to get filled up before going out and loving. He served and loved out of an overflow of his life with his Father. And his instruction to us is to remain in him, for he's the vine and we are the branches. And so how do you get filled up in your life with God? What are the things that you can do to help you get a full bucket of God's love this week? And I'm talking about you focusing on you as a parent. And I'd love to encourage you to spend some time this week in the evenings and at bedtime helping your child review his or her day. But help your child this week be on the lookout for ways in which he or she can be thinking both about God's love for them and for their love of others. I've posted a couple of questions in the notes below for you to consider kind of peppering throughout the week. And I'd love for you to try to work into conversation this week something about buckets of overflowing water. Maybe at least once a day, try to bring your child's attention back to the idea of being filled up with the love of God. One of the things I've done in the past is there's been seasons where I would put my hand on my kid's shoulder every single day, and I would just pray a simple prayer that God would let them feel filled up. And when you talk about loving others this week, talk about it in terms of letting love overflow. Say something like, how can we let God's love overflow onto that person? Or how do we allow our life to be filled up today? So every time we speak of the love of God in this manner, we're reinforcing the idea that our love for others is not something that comes out of us, but something that flows through us. So take some time to talk to your child this week about being filled up. And if you feel filled up, let your kids know, hey, I feel filled up with the love of God today. Is there anything I can do for you? And if you feel empty, let your child know. Say something like, I think my bucket is a little empty today. Can I take 20 minutes to go be alone with God? Let them see that you operate with this on the forefront of your mind, that you take time to pay attention to being filled up or being empty. And as you let them see this at work in your own life, they're going to catch this reality that you're paying attention to how empty and or full you feel with the love of God. Okay, I think that's enough for this week. Blessings to you.